Oh, yes, convincing the little ones to sit down and do their homework is one of the hardest parts of parenting. Today, we're going to show you how to set up the right study environment to give them the best chance at success. Shoana Jensen, so good to see you, because we know these habits, as long as you build them early, they tend to stick to them, and it's early in the school year.
It's true with the little ones, but you know what? There's lots of university students, there's lots of adults going back to school, and they haven't been there in a really long time, and they forget how to do this stuff. So these tips are really for all ages. When it comes to setting up that zone in the home or condo or wherever you live.
The zone is the key, because you don't need a big space. There's a lot of tiny dorm rooms and condos, so you're going to do it right here.
Yeah, and this is a good, I didn't want to use a great big desk as the example, because then, I mean, that's the luxury a lot of us don't have. So this is a disaster for a desk, okay? Papers everywhere, pens everywhere, disorganization.
Cluttered space, cluttered mind.
This does not deserve to have gentle hands. This is not the way you study,
oh, well, that's where my shirt
Sweaters, right? Okay, so we're going to get rid of all this stuff. Now let's bring all of the good back in. So we obviously need a place for our computer, because we can't obviously not have a computer nowadays.
Designated.
We've got a nice clean desk. We need a good chair. Dina, do you want to pull that chair in here? We want something that's soft, that's good for those, depending what you like, whether you like a soft chair or a hard chair, because it's just like a mattress and a bed. People have their preferences. Bring a chair in that you can sit long study hours in, your back's not going to get sore, and is the right height for the desk table for your size.
Okay.
Important. It doesn't hurt, you know, late study nights, it doesn't hurt to put a little throw.
If it gets chilly.
To get chilly, to stay cozy. Any excuse to get up from your desk to break your studying, we're going to try and avoid that, okay?
It's so true.
Yeah. Now we need really good lighting. Task lighting is super important, because your eyes get really tired in dim lighting. So we've got a big floor lamp here. We've got a desk lamp over here. So really it's whatever space you have, whatever style you have. You want to make this cute, right? You want to make it cute too.
Yeah, and if the rest of the house, if you're sharing a room and the lights are off but you're still reading, you need that concentrated light so you can still do your work.
100%. So you have to put in those long hours. Speaking of long hours, we want a good clock on your desk, because you want to keep track of what time it is, your study times. Sometimes people study in a fashion that they block out different subjects, different times. So you want to have that on hand to be able to set. Yeah, a cute one, you know. All the clutter, what do you do with it? Boxes. Storage boxes are great for the items that make everything a mess. You know, tape and, you know, hole punches and staplers and things like that. You want a place to tuck those, but avoid the trap of filling those with too much kind of junk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so put it in something that's pretty and attractive. Yeah. Again, you get the clutter out, but it's very effective if you need it. It's at the ready, right? It
keeps your eye line nice and clean and away from all that clutter that, you know, we started with at the beginning. Then when it comes to all your pens and the things you need, like at a kind of a moment's grab, there's a reason why all of these little caddies are so popular. You've got all your pens, you've got Post-it notes. You've got a place to put technology. Your phone, for me, it's my worst distraction ever, is my phone.
Sometimes it has legs. You're searching the house. Where did I put the scissors? Where did I put my phone?
It is, or you want to check it all the time. So have a place for your phone and turn it backwards so you can't see it.
You're not tempted.
You're not tempted. You don't see all those, you know, Instagrams coming in or whatever, comments on social media. Turn it backwards so you can't see it, but it's still close at hand in case you need it for reference, or,
really good
in case somebody was actually called. Do people call anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Do they do that? I don't answer my phone. When it calls, it's like, whoa, what's that noise? I don't understand, right?
Just text me.
Right. And then when it comes to studying, organize your study habits. So I've got two tips that for me are totally invaluable. First one, I love using Post-it notes. Okay, Post-it notes are the organizers. Absolute staple, must have.
True.
And when it comes to studying, it's great. I find a wall around my desk. I did this myself in college. I still do it to this day for work tasks. I put all my tasks, or in this case, what your assignments are, each of them on a different Post-it note. Okay. If you really want to break it down, you could even do it in stages. You know, like my math response journal, draft, and then final. And that, as soon as you're done, that whatever task or that piece of homework.
What is a math response journal?
Oh my gosh.
This is new school speak.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I actually had to text my brother and my sister-in-law, because they're both teachers, Scott and Lisa, thank you, to ask what reports were for high school students. I don't know what half of these mean. I feel so dumb.
So a reading response journal is a book report.
That's a book report now.
Okay, so they have to make that complicated
anymore. I had no idea. So when you're done that reading response journal and you've actually settled that, you've sent it in or it's completed, you get to rip that Post-it note off and throw it in the trash. It feels so good, and you can always get a snapshot of how much work you had to have ahead of you. You can put them in priority and order of due date. This, I tell you, is gold. It's
So it
great.
helps clear your mind because it's laid out, and then you could focus on the task at hand rather than thinking, what did I have to do? Right, I needed to pick up, research, or go to the library to research this, but I have to work on this first.
Right,
So you can put
and
it
you
in
don't get
priority.
overwhelmed. I mean, everything you just said, some students have a hard time, like, not just everybody, reining it in and just focus. So you can look up here, okay, I'm going to do lab report next, because that's what's due next. And then my other tip is just to not crowd what your actual long-term assignments are. I grab an old-fashioned agenda. Yep, I went paper on this, and I do this, go figure. And this really is for to-dos. So it's an agenda that has a week view. You know the Post-its that have the little page markers? They're just little rectangles. Write what your to-do list. So this is make a doctor's appointment, mail a package, call your mom.
Call mom.
Yeah, update your blog, whatever it might be. And put them on the day of the week that you want to do it. If you get busy, no, let's not move to call mom. She needs to get a phone call.
Mail
package. I didn't get to do that. I'm going to have time on Thursday, so I'm going to move it over on Thursday.
Oh, aren't we clever?
Right. And then if you keep moving it, you'll feel guilty and
because
you'll do it.
crossing it out is too hard. Crossing it out is exhausting.
Right? And if crossing it out and erasing it and all that stuff makes it all very messy.
Yeah.
This keeps it nice and clean, and you can keep your tasks in order. And this is your to-dos when you can.
You're right. You feel less guilty if you're like, call mom tomorrow. No, call
I know,
mom the next day.
right?
Poor mom keeps getting pushed aside. Great tips for any space, and you can transition anything as we just did right here. Thank you, Shoana. For more information, breakfasttelevision.ca. Really good, because it's the beginning of the school year. You guys can do it. Set those habits today. Okay, we'll be back with more BT right after this. A very bright idea indeed.
Yeah.